Is anybody out there? Well, thank you for stopping back by. This is going to be an update video on what I've been up to, what I've been creating, and an update on what I hope to be doing here in the future for this channel. Please stay tuned. Then give me your opinions on what direction you want the channel to go and what you'd like to see. I'm going to tell you what it is that I want to do, and I'm hoping that you'll join me on this new adventure. I have lots of ideas. So, this was, I think, the last video that I did of me creating, and it is the last polymer clay piece I have done. So, I have started working full-time. And so a lot of that has cut into my creative time. But I have been able to still create some 2020 face masks. I'm sure that some of you have probably done the same. Sparkly face mask. A time of our times. I've done lots of different types of crafting. And please feel free to ask any questions. I plan on checking comments once a week, and I'll be answering comments. So feel free to do that. And as I start just kind of throwing things on the pile of things I've done since you've seen me last, I'm going to be talking about what it is that I want to do going forward on this channel. I hope that you guys can lend me your opinions and tell me what it is you think, what you'd like to see, if you have different other ideas, and if you would like to do what I am proposing. But I'm finally circling around to getting back into drawing. When I was much younger, I really wanted to learn how to paint. And I love a lot of the fantasy critters, the dragons, fairies, mermaids. And I always really wanted to learn how to paint in a realistic fashion. I don't have any experience painting for real. But I really do want to learn how to paint still. And I have a fun project in mind, but I thought that it would be really great to bolster my confidence to learn how to draw first. So, I was wondering how many of you would want to do some sort of an interactive draw with me series. We can look up different YouTube artists and follow their tutorials. Now, because I tend to create and I like to sell some of my creations, I was really wanting to learn how to draw, but at the same time, if there's a piece I fall in love with and I'm really proud of it, I'd like the ability to sell it. So most of the things I plan on doing in the future on the channel, if I'm doing animals or following other tutorials, I'm probably going to take my own photo references, but follow the advice and the general gist of what it is in the tutorials. So I kind of wondered if you guys would like to do that with me. If I start a blog that's connected to this channel, would you like to check in and then leave comments here about what you'd like to see drawn, or what you'd like to draw with me, how you might want to improve your own drawing skills, and what you'd like to do. You're also welcome to comment about anything that you're seeing here. These are all just little guys I've made the past few years since you've seen me last that I've held on to. And part of the reason I'm also going to try to take my own photos, so when we draw, is anything that you make that's from my own tutorials that is like all my past miniature foods. I've already told you guys, if you make the miniature food based off my tutorials and you want to sell it, please feel free to. You know, I teach you so you could have fun and you can take that knowledge out into the world and share it yourself as well. I really did miss taking the time to create on YouTube. This is resin. So, one of the fun adventures I want to do is start working on 3D resin painting, but I want to bolster my art skills first before doing that. So far I only have one piece finished since I've started trying to decide that I want to learn how to paint. This right here is my first finished colored pencil piece. And I'm pretty happy with it. And this is based off of a photo that I took from a cupcake I bought. Obviously you could tell that I changed the colors. There's a black and white photo of it. So I had to play a little bit since I changed the colors. But this is based off of this cupcake. And I'm working on one picture right now. That's this little guy. And the only one I have finished so far is this little guy right there. But I thought that with really wanting to learn how to draw and not being an authority on it in any way whatsoever, because I'm going to be failing and having successes here on film, I thought that if I'm stumbling across good tutorials or books or materials, I was wondering if you wanted to join me on that journey. And then if we're all setting up time to work on specific projects, and I do set up that blog that goes along with the channel, then if you're wanting to share photos of your work with me, I could always post it on that blog and then post links to that in the video when I edit it. Just so that way you could kind of link back and see your work out in the real world. And it might be fun to note our progress. Maybe we all do a first drawing and you can share it with me and I post it on my blog, as long as it's something that's kid friendly and not inappropriate. And then in a year from now, you know, around Christmas season of 2023, maybe we could circle back and either do the same project again or do another project and just see how much we've been able to grow. So this is my idea, and I was hoping that you'd give me some of your suggestions, comments, see what you might think of. I do want to pull some of the polymer clay that I've done in the past. Just go ahead, maybe we could do some drawings based off of some of the favorites, and then that will be an idea if you wanted to do themed gifts where, for instance, you make a charm bracelet out of miniature food and you want to do a card that matches, so they have both. Or say you love to cook and you wanted to make somebody chocolate covered strawberries and give them a card that matches the strawberries you make. We could do something like that for Valentine's Day. Anyhow, sorry about the long-winded video, but I just wanted to touch base and tell you that this is the direction I'm wanting to go, and wanting to see how many of you might like that idea. And if you had any other ideas, feel free to share it. I will be reading the comments on my day off once a week, so I'll circle back and answer as many comments as I can. And if you had questions about any of the pieces that I showed today, you can feel free. But I figured that as we go along, we can share pictures of our finished pieces. I can do time lapses. I figured you probably don't need me talking much through the drawing aspect since I'm a novice and just learning as we go, but I do plan on having paperwork and pictures of what materials I use for each thing, so that way if you guys want to use the exact same materials you can, and we'll just see where it goes. But I really did want to do something fun and interactive. If you have ideas, I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for checking in, and I hope that you guys have a really wonderful holiday 2022 season. Thank you.